Hey guys, spooky ticket plug before the episode starts. Loosebeers.com. I'm going to be in Gold Coast this Thursday, Friday on Saturday. Friday on Saturday. I'm going to be in Gold Coast on Thursday, Brisbane on Friday, and Brisbane on Saturday. Loosebeers.com. Those tickets are going quick. Get them. They're definitely happening. Come see me live. I can't wait. Luke?
Go see Lewis's shows, and also I'm finishing my tour in Launceston on Friday, so tomorrow, and next Tuesday in Hobart. If you're in Tassie, be there. Lewis will be there on Tuesday as well.
It's going to be sick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tasmanian era of the show has tentatively begun. This is the trial period. Welcome.
Show us your Tassies. It's too hard. Show us your tees.
Yeah, that's good. Everyone show us your tees. Tees up. Tees up for Tassie.
I panicked and I tried to make the shape of Tassie with my fingers.
Yeah.
It just looks like a fucked love heart.
Yeah.
It looks like an inbred love heart.
A lot of fucked love in here.
There is a lot of love going around between families, and it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Just straight out of the gates. I know I don't want to. We don't want to be because you're Tasmanian now, and I don't want to offend you.
I am a Tasmanian, and you're a mainlander in my house, so you've already offended me.
Right. Well, I don't want to keep offending you, but one of your, I guess, brothers, we can call them now.
Yeah.
Brothers.
One of my brothers. Yep.
I flat out. I've been in Tasmania for 4 days now.
Yep.
I saw the ugliest person I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
It wasn't you. Oh. Right? In a JB hi-fi.
You watch yourself, though, because that is a Tasmanian.
Have you ever seen someone... Shut up. I told you this earlier today and you pissed yourself.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You know when you go to family reunion, you're like, oh, fuck, I have some ugly cousins.
Dude.
That's like me when I heard the story.
You ever seen someone so ugly that you were like, it ruined your day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it offended me.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Really?
Yep.
So how ugly are we talking, like out of 10?
Like a 1.
A 1?
I saw like a 1.
A 1?
Yes.
Fuck. That's bad.
I want to point out, they weren't disabled. They weren't nothing.
I've seen a few hotties in chairs. You know? I think that's a really appreciated group of people. There's a couple of hotties on wheels.
What was that movie
Hot Wheels,
about the hot wheel bloke?
Hot Wheel bloke?
Everyone was saying I look like him because like every movie with a white guy.
Stephen Hawking?
No, he's
that's a movie that a lot of people have said you look like the main character from. There's a movie about a hot guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and Khaleesi from
Limp
Game
Legs.
of Thrones falls in love with him. Her character, what's the actress's name? She's in it. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, people know it. They're probably already commenting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just about some guy, hot roller.
A hot roller.
He's a hot roller.
Yeah, a hottie on wheels.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he starts the movie on wheels. I think it might be like a tragic love story where she like stays with him and isn't that fucked that it's like, oh my God, I'm so nice that I stayed with you.
Yeah.
I actually didn't love you just for your walking.
I saw a gnarly TikTok this morning about this where it was like a hectically disabled guy.
Yep.
Like chair with the joystick.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yep. You know those guys that are in chairs and like they use that thing so much. The only thing the only sport they'd really be good at is like tech decks because they do this all day.
Yeah.
Right?
And then great at like any joystick game, like Tom Clancy's.
Yeah.
Like the air ones.
Yeah. They'd be real good at that. Like if you were really struggling to break a lock on Skyrim, you just chuck them on the joystick and they would nail it.
Right.
See, that's a great joke. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. Nice little niche joystick reference.
Yeah.
That was actually quite impressive.
Yes.
That we got to this point.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, gnarly TikTok. This guy's like hectically disabled. Like if you're talking the disabled championships, gold medal. He wouldn't be able to get on the podium, but he'd have to get someone else to put the medal on him.
Yeah.
Right? And he's sitting next to like a sex worker and she's explaining like, this is how I have sex with this man for money. And I watched that and I thought, I respect her more than the Anzacs.
How the fuck do my videos get taken down? I do like silly jokes and TikTok's like, eat shit, removed, community guidelines violation, sex worker going, here is how I, like what, graphically describing.
Literally going, this guy can't feel much, but I can make him come.
Right.
And this is how. And he's sitting there going, yeah. She can.
So he's only in the video just to like agree with
More
her.
of a prop.
Just to nod.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't nod,
Well, oh god.
but he looked like he was into it.
yeah, well, that's good. I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
Were they in a relationship?
I hope he was into it.
Were they? Was she?
No, she was a sex worker. Right. She was like a specialty disability.
Good on her.
I respect her. That's awesome. I think one European country, because of course it was a European country, just made like sex like a human right for the disabled, and have started paying sex workers to fuck disabled people.
I heard about that.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Made me want to throw myself in front of a train.
Yeah, right. You and Keelan being pretty lonely here.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, Lewis is out of quarantine now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. Mm-hmm. It's good. We got the whole team together. Look, I understand we have officially entered the Tassie era of the show.
Well, we're dipping a toe in.
No, I feel like this is the start.
This is the beginning.
If this isn't the start, I don't know what is. This is it.
We're in Tassie and this is the show.
And we're doing the show.
We've begun the era.
It's not over Zoom, but...
Tease up.
Yeah, get your teas out. Spill the tea, if you will. Spill your teas, guys, in the comments below. Let's show us your teas. That sounds like we're looking for tits. The point is, I'm not loving it.
What?
Tassie.
What do you mean?
Like,
you're not loving the real Australia? You look outside and there's fucking mountains everywhere.
I was more pro Darwin than I am Tasmania.
Pro Darwin.
I know, and that's a hot slam on Tassie because I wasn't very pro Darwin.
Darwin? What do well, that sucks. You come out here and you look at mountains and nature.
It was 40 degrees and I got punched in the face, and I'd rather go back
Darwin
there.
And there's just flies on your face immediately.
Yeah. And aggressive men in nightclubs trying to coward punch you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just trying to swat a fly.
Perhaps he was probably doing me a favor.
Trying to help you out.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, yeah, it's that guy in JBL Hi-Fi was just screaming about a laptop.
You just don't like Hobart because you saw a really ugly guy.
No, and I can't skateboard here because it's too hilly.
It is quite hilly.
It's creepy. It's haunted. Every town I've been through is haunted and old.
A lot of old people walking around with haunted pussies.
Old graves.
Yeah. A lot of old graves. We noticed that.
We walked through like a graveyard thing today.
Yeah. This place
it shouldn't have been a graveyard, but it was. Yeah.
It's just like a constant reminder of the horrors of colonization.
Oh yeah.
If it was like a whole city.
The
buildings are so old.
Bit of a facelift for Hobart. I think.
Like, I think this place was built like pre-asbestos.
Well, this was the prison in the prison. So, Australia was a prison colony, and they decided that it needed a prison colony, and that's Tasmania.
Yeah, that explains that fucking one I saw earlier.
Yeah,
frequenting the JB.
You know what happened to him? They forgot about him in the cells. And he's been there for 200 years. That's why his growth was all stunted and he looked like he hasn't seen sun.
By the way, the reason why
I'm
going hard on this bloke is because he was so
ugly.
Yeah, that.
And he deserves it. and people who are ugly don't deserve rights or kindness.
He was so fucking rude to the employee.
Yeah.
And like it's so obnoxious. Like, because hot people can get away with it.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a one... You need to be compensating with a personality.
You need to be polite.
His personality was like a 0.5.
You ever meet
He was like a 1.5 out of 20.
That's bad. You ever meet a hot person who used to be ugly and you're shocked at their like ability to talk to you? You're like, oh, holy fuck. You used to be ugly.
Yeah, right.
And I can tell.
Yeah.
Because this is a pleasant conversation.
You have a glowing... I'm having a great time. You have a glowing smile.
Yeah, like you've lost a lot of weight 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's awesome. Anyway, so that's why I'm going hard on this guy because he was just such a dick.
How was he such a dick to you?
He was trying to buy. Am I allowed to do the impression?
Yeah, of course.
He wasn't disabled.
But don't do the eye thing.
Okay, I won't do the eyes. All right, because I did it earlier.
He wasn't Asian. He's not an Asian guy at all.
Oh no, he had lopsided. He was a 1.
Oh,
the eye thing was I can't even do that with my face.
So it's like kind of up and down.
I'm too attractive to I'm too attractive to accurately. I can't impersonate this man.
Right.
I'm too good looking for it.
Master, it's alive.
Dude, he was actually Golem-ish.
Really?
That energy. So he was looking for a laptop and he was with his he was punching. He had a 2.
Really?
Right? He was with his girlfriend.
Wow, twice as hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 with a 2. That's punching.
She was twice as hot as him.
Yeah.
And she was like, what laptop do you want? And then he's like, which one? I like this one best.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like scurrying around.
Yeah.
Like looking about and they were touching everything. And like in COVID and stuff, they were putting their hands on everything, and the staff was like, oh, can you not touch that? Like if you're going to buy this, like, no. And like, well, can you put that back? And
Peter Pettigrew vibes.
yes. Rat energy.
Rodent life. Yeah, okay.
Then the best sentence ever, and look, I shouldn't have laughed, but like I was just so fucked because he'd already been told off 3 times by 3 different employees, like walking past with the headset on, like, hey mate, can I help you? And he's like, no, I don't need your help.
Yeah.
And then, but they're like, all right, well, can you put that hard drive down if you're not going to buy it?
Yeah.
He was just like looking at stuff and then
touching things
and then moving it, like he was putting things on the shelf on the Mac display stands.
I hate those fucking animals.
Yeah.
You're walking around the supermarket and you see someone's put grapes in the meat section and you're like, death penalty.
It's just rodents.
Yeah.
They're around.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I like this one best. And then these the two goes, oh, that's $300. And he goes, $300? It's fucked. Too much. And I was just thinking, like, dude, you're not going to be able to get a laptop under $300. Like, you shouldn't have come to JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a fan of the price.
Yeah.
And then this is how small Tasmania is. The guy who was the manager of my venue was working at the JB Hi-Fi. I'm not joking. Right. He was like, funny to see you again. And I was like, it actually is.
That's so
This
funny.
is so weird.
Yeah.
He was a great guy, but he's like, mate, do you need any help? I'm like, what? So you do this during the day and he's hustling.
So
maybe they just don't have enough people. There's like 4 people here. So he has to run the bar and the JB.
So that story, ladies and gentlemen, was Luke seeing someone who was really ugly. And if it couldn't get any worse, he was also poor.
Yeah. But I wasn't making fun of that aspect.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that he was
$300 for a laptop.
No, it's like fair enough. If
That's
you go,
what it costs.
Sometimes I walk into JB and I go, I can't afford a lot of this stuff. We've all been there. I'm not judging him for that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, don't do some research firstly.
Yeah.
And don't come
have an
in
idea of what a laptop costs.
and also go, I can't afford it. Don't scream like that's fucked.
If I saw a new laptop for $300, I would be like, they get that cheap?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It was pretty much like, you know, there's like kids like Frog Think pads where they have like kids children's games.
Oh,
it was kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would suit him.
Yeah, it was like probably ran Nintendo dogs or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was like a Switch monitor.
Man, see, I've had the complete opposite experience. I went on my first day of freedom. I met up with my good friend Greeley.
Yeah.
And
before you start, can we talk about how you locked us out of the house? The first thing we did today was Lewis locked us out of the house.
Immediately. We're all excited to leave the house.
So you left and then...
No. Within 15 seconds of leaving the house, I shut the door behind us, no keys. Straight away. The first thing that I did. We're all excited. We're like, oh my God, we're free. And then clunk. Hey, do you have the keys? No? You're supposed to have them. Oh no. Just ruined our day straight away.
So many times I've had to walk down to hotel receptions or contact Airbnb hosts of this tour being like, this is, and they like, we already gave you 2 sets of keys. I'm like, yeah, they're both inside.
Yeah. I had to scale like the wall.
Did you have to jump the fence?
I had to use a bin to scale the wall, and it's so old that I was worried about like snapping it and giving myself tetanus. It was a great active start.
All
to
these
my morning.
houses are falling apart here. Every single one I've been in or around.
We got a few mice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you actually have mice here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big hole that's been in the wall that's been chewed through. A few housemates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that how much Lewis and Keelan are forcing this. Like,
no, we're not forcing this. You have not. You're
like,
it's so
this is
clear.
great. It's so good.
It's so clear that you have not been in Melbourne for a year.
I looked up their average summer temperature today because I know we're going to be here probably till like around December.
Yeah.
17 to 23 degrees is their summer average.
That's
their
great.
highest ever temperature in Tasmania was 41. It happened
that's a bit
once.
hot. That's a bit hot.
It happened once though in
When
the
was that?
history of the, I don't know, years ago.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Oh, I hope it does.
Yeah. You know what? I heard something.
23 degrees, like
Yeah.
Australia Day, and it's when we're like, oh, put on your jumper.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a breeze.
Greeley said something
fuck
that
is
I
this
know
place?
that you're going to fucking hate. He said something to me about the weather because he's lived here. He grew up here.
Yeah.
Real Taswegian, right? Which is what we call each other. You wouldn't know that.
Really
You're a
so
mainlander.
Tassie, by the way, that today at lunch he showed me a tattoo that I didn't know he had. We're talking about, I guess, the inbred in-joke, you know, like, everyone from Tassie's inbred, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, yeah, have you seen me second head tattoo? And then he has a tattooed scar as a joke of where his second head would have been cut off.
Yeah.
And he shows it to old men at pubs and they fucking love it.
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, you from Tassie? Where's your second head?" And now
he
we go, "Oh, I got it removed." And he goes, "Yeah, it's a real old bloke joke. Over 40s love it."
Do they?
That's niche. I don't know. You loved it. How old are you?
I thought it was I just love the commitment.
Yeah.
I like that you have a permanent dad joke on your shoulder.
And what's good is that's his not his first Tasmania themed tattoo.
He has a map of Tassie on his face.
On his face, and he also has a map of Tassie on his leg. That's the first one he got, and then he got the neck one, and now he's got the face one. He'll probably get his eyes coloured in like the national colour of Tassie.
Yeah, what's that? Darkness.
But he said something that I heard, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I immediately thought, Luke's gonna hate that. It was like 2 p.m. and it was quite cold today, and I was walking around with a t-shirt, and then I was really cold, and I was like, "Oh man, it just got really cold all of a sudden." He goes, "Yeah, in Hobart around 2 p.m. the sun goes behind the mountain, so it gets cold around then. It's basically the sun setting at 2."
This place sucks.
What do you mean?
Why do people live here? It's literally every street is so hilly. Like I tried to skateboard. I just walked around with a skateboard in my hand. I dropped the hire car off.
Yeah.
It was a kilometer away.
Yeah.
I skateboarded for 20 meters once on that bit where you get over a hill, then you start going back down.
Yeah. And that's the state of Tassie telling you to grow the fuck up.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's what that is. All right.
I miss the Gold Coast, man. It's so flat. Everyone skates there. People get me. And every
Maybe
day.
that's why every woman on the Gold Coast has such fake tits, because the rest of the land is so flat.
Yeah,
they want to stand out.
True. It's only 3-dimensional thing on the Gold Coast.
Well, they're not 3-dimensional. They don't have much of a personality.
This is a personal gripe, and it's probably not going to annoy you as much as it annoys me. And it doesn't even annoy me. It annoys me that I know it's a personal issue.
Okay, yeah.
Every single day since I've been here, and we went past it today, I have to go past this billboard that's near my accommodation of an ex-Bachelor in Paradise contestant who is now a real estate agent here, and he bought himself a huge billboard on the most common intersection it's the intersection that I have to drive to between our place and your place.
It's like one of the busiest intersections in the Hobart.
We drove past it 3 times today accidentally.
Yeah. So about 2 people see it 3 times a day.
Yeah. And it's so annoying. And I spent the first 2 days going, why the fuck do I know this person?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a celebrity. I was like, it's a real estate agent. So it's not like when you see a radio one, you're like, I might have seen him on the telly.
Yeah.
When you see like a real estate agent, I'm like, do I know this guy personally?
Yeah.
And then it clicked. And I was just like, oh my God, it's the guy who's like dating that girl. It's like, my husband.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And
she was insane.
We were like doing that. Look, they're lovely people that moved here. And
No, she's nuts. She's crazy. She's going to kill him. I'm surprised that billboard doesn't say help.
If you actually look at the phone number, like it's a code.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a secret message.
No, you know what it is? It's a big real estate billboard, but then underneath it has a bunch of dots. Morse code. SOS.
I hope he's going well for himself, but it's just, it took me 3 days to figure out where I knew him from. And then when I did, it's all I think about now. I drive past it, I'm just like, and I'm annoyed at myself.
You've pointed it out to me twice.
Yeah.
And I saw it the first time.
But I'm
You're
just
like, man, look at that again.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
but
I've seen it.
I know, but it's like, why do I watch Bachelor in Paradise?
Yeah.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah, that is true.
The D's made the grand final. I know you don't care, but I really wanted to talk about it.
No, I actually have something to say about this because your team, my son goes for the Geelong, the Cats.
Yeah.
And your team made him cry because they lost and they got booted out of the finals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he weep?
Yeah,
Actually cried?
Yeah.
Oh, suck it, loser.
Oh, come on, dude.
How old is he? 13?
That's my son. He's 13, yeah.
Yeah.
He likes footy.
Yeah, but
He likes football so much that
it's a game. Grown men playing with balls.
Geelong was losing a different game and he was going, oh, fuck, and he yells at the TV. He's one of those people. And he was doing that and we got him headphones on because we can't deal with the sound of football.
Yeah.
Even if I'm in another
room. Not
even
even loud.
If
it's
I
just
hear
a light commentary and whistle blowing.
I hate the whistle. I hate the crowd noise. I hate the siren, the announcers, everything audibly about it. Watching it's not too bad. Hearing it sucks.
You love footy on mute.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And
what a strange gripe to have with the game.
Yeah.
The audio.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's so much noise. I can watch other sport like UFC, even soccer.
Oh no, soccer, the crowd, the
Yeah.
looming and the vuvuzelas. I can't do soccer.
Yeah,
the
that-
audio of soccer actually annoys me.
Yeah, that
and
is
it
bad.
annoys me when people play FIFA and
Yeah.
it's like a
And they imitate
game,
it.
the imitated
That's
version of
bad.
that.
Yeah. But he's, going, no, and like making so many noises that the cat attacked him. Because she thought that he was yelling at her, and she was like, "Oh, you want to fucking fight me?
Yeah.
I'll kill you."
So 2 cats let him down that day.
Yeah,
The team and the animal. Oh, not a good day to be a Cats fan. But yeah, I got 2 tickets. Meg and I are going. We're going to Perth.
that's cool.
Yeah, but so good. I'm very lucky. One of my mates was a member.
Yeah,
And he can't go.
you're not a member,
And no,
coward,
I don't go enough.
pretend supporter, fake
Yeah.
fan,
Kind of. We just don't
wears
have
the
enough.
hat, not a member,
I've been away.
poser.
You know our touring schedules. We
Yeah.
tour in the footy season.
Yeah.
I'm away every weekend.
Yeah.
I've seen Melbourne play more times this year interstate than I
Yeah.
have at the MCG.
Yeah.
I've been to the
Well, they
watching
haven't.
us in
How many
Sydney
games
and-
have they managed to do in Melbourne? 2.
Oh, I have a confession.
What? You're a fake fan, pretending to like the Cats.
Do you know that?
Whatever the fuck.
Do you
team
remember that
support?
time
Mm-hmm.
where you and Keelan did that episode and I called in?
Yeah.
I was just at the footy.
What?
Do you remember that time? It was Queen's birthday weekend.
Yeah.
I was in Sydney,
Yeah.
and you and Keelan did an episode together.
Because you couldn't make it.
I was busy.
No, you weren't.
I was fucking flat out. I remember you called me for the Do You Know, and I was like double parked with beers. And
That is pathetic.
yeah. And also I was really worried about it because I ran into Hamish Blake at the game that day.
Right.
And
Was that when they did the Andy Lee and Radio Mike episode?
probably.
Yeah.
They were probably doing that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Hamish was busy as well.
Yeah.
And for some reason I was like,
What? You reckon Hamish is going to text me?
No,
go,
I
hey,
don't-
Luke's
I
at the
don't know,
footy.
but-
Shouldn't he be
but
recording
you know
now?
when like you feel guilty about something
Yeah.
and you're like, no one will ever know.
Keelan has just flashed us with his old camera.
Turned off the flash. It just went on automatic.
You know what? I'll report myself to the Crumb Corner.
Yeah, you need to go to the.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to confess? Because that's been like I've been meaning to bring that up. I've told Keelan for ages. I'm like, I have a confession for the show that I need to bring up, and it's been putting it off for months. We're usually never talking about footy. So.
I've got a confession. Today, I got the best haircut of my life, and it's so good that I'm wearing a hat because I don't think you or the listener is ready to see it
I was gonna say you've been wearing a hat pretty much all day.
all day.
Although you did go swimming, so has it stuffed up the haircut?
No, it's that good.
Wow.
It can't be stuffed
'Cause
up.
you heavily rely on product.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's one of your things.
It is my thing, but I've tried something a little bit new. I went to a barber on Grilly's recommendation.
Keelan's got a haircut. Looks good.
Keelan has the best haircut he's ever had also, I
Also
think.
went to a pub for food on
Yeah.
Grilly's recommendation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the pub was full of us,
Yeah.
high-vis workers
Yeah.
and fishermen.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
meals were $14.
Yeah.
That's how he sold it to us.
He was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's really cheap. And I was like, that's good. And I was really happy with the price.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't
See,
that
again,
bad.
Luke was unhappy because there were poor people in there.
Yeah,
And
I know.
he looked at someone in a high vis and he went, "Oh,
Yeah, I know.
you're a tradesman, are you?" Ugh.
Yeah. He was also like a 2. So.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he stayed. I got the best haircut of my life, man. He recommended some Middle Eastern guys. He goes, "Man, you got to go to the Middle Easterns in Tassie. White blokes here, they don't know how to cut hair." And I was like, "All right, I'll trust you." That man made love to my head.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got the
this-
deluxe service, right? Keelan got the regular haircut. He was done in about 25 minutes.
Yep, 25.
And then he sat down on the bench with Greeley.
Sorry, I started 15 minutes after Lewis. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. And he finished in about 25 minutes or so.
It shows.
It does. Sat down on the bench with Greeley, who wasn't getting a haircut.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It
Best
actually
haircut
does.
you've gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually seen his and it looks good.
'Cause-
So you think yours is better than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keelan's more, my haircut makes Keelan's look like student cuts. You know,
Wow.
the intern did it for free and she's
Okay.
blind, right? And got one arm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good impression of her.
Sorry. For just audio listeners, and video people, because Killen was out of shot. Killen just did an impression of a blind hairdresser with one arm.
He goes, "I've got one arm."
You know, blind people don't cover their eyes. I've never seen a guy with a guide dog being like, "Oh fuck, can you like press the traffic light, mate?"
Tom, you're not blind. Yes, I am.
Oh my God.
I can't see anything. Move your hand. Oh fuck. Right. So anyway, Keelan gets done in about 25 minutes, and then he sits on the bench with Greeley, who was just there to chat at anyone who would listen. Right. In the barbershop, which we'll get into. Right.
I can see he wasn't there for a haircut.
No. He was there to talk to the barber guy and anyone who came in, and Keelan and me while I'm getting my haircut.
I think that's what Greeley does.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? When we're walking down the street, we walk down the street, I'm not joking, for 100 meters.
Yep.
And a guy walking past is like, brother.
Yeah.
He's just like a guy here.
Yeah. Yeah.
He walks around the streets and he like knows all like the local.
He went out for a smoke during my haircut for like 7 minutes. 3 cars stopped to have a chat. In the middle of the road.
Is he the mayor?
He is. He might as well be. Everyone knows him.
That's so
and
funny.
like not like he has a lot of fans, but everyone knows him.
Yeah.
Like personally, right? So Keelan gets done 25 minutes. He sat there and watched my hair get done for 40 more minutes. This man made love to my head. He
For an hour?
bro. He exfoliated me.
Your scalp.
My face.
Oh, you get a facial too? Did you pay for that?
No, he didn't come.
No.
But he exfoliated me. He did exfoliator and then he moisturized me and then he got this steam machine out that I've never seen in my life and just blasted steam at my face for about 7 minutes. Gave me a hot towel, did the straight blaze razor thing, did a bunch of other things I've never had done to me before in my life. I fell in love with him.
Wow.
The Blades barber.
You're never going to go back.
I don't know.
Was it the best haircut you've ever had?
Mate, it's so good that you're not ready for it.
What? What about if your barber back at home hears this?
No.
'Cause
Okay.
you are
it's
loyal.
It's a fling.
Oh, it sounds like a bit more than a fling. It sounds like love.
Okay,
It
look.
sounds like love at first cut.
No, it's a fling, all right?
This
And
is
who
love at
doesn't
first
Who
exfoliation.
doesn't have fantasies of going over to the dark side, the darker gentleman?
Oh, because that were
Because my other barber's very a white guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
These guys
I've
are
been
Middle
to him.
Eastern.
He was the one who gave me my Osh cut.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Paragon hair in
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Well,
right?
all right. Well, he didn't pay for that, so
Well, it's not a shout out. I was just telling you what it was, reminding you.
unnecessarily.
He's closed anyway.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you know what?
It's not going to help him in any.
But actually book them in. Hairdressers need it right now.
Buy a t-shirt from him.
Yeah. This is a band I likes t-shirt because their whole tour got cancelled.
Yeah.
Stuck out from Melbourne.
That actually is some really nice thing.
Local
you could
pop
do.
punk.
Like if someone's business is fucked, just buy something
Yeah, dude.
from their website.
I don't know. I think the bassist listens to the show.
Right.
And I think I've never brought it up with him.
Oh.
He comes to shows.
Yeah.
And I know him from the band. I'm like, I'm a fan of your band. And
Yeah.
he's a fan of this. And you see, you engage with like the rap community.
Yeah.
I think I want to be a guy in like the pop punk scene.
Yeah.
But
It's possible, man.
I don't know. I
You need to wear more black.
yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, this is
Paint your nails.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this episode is sponsored by manscaped.com.
No, we have to fix the light for the fucking ad read.
Yeah, we can't. Oh, fuck.
We're not going to be able to.
No, then we have to do it.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
No, we just
Without love.
apologize to Manscaped.
Just skip a week.
Just apologize to them. Manscaped, we're so sorry, but buy it.
Manscaped.com. Use code SOUNDOFF for 20% off and free shipping. The Lawnmower 4.0. And it'll make your ball bag look amazing. Best pube shaver in the game. Luke, you've got your hands on the 4.0 for the first time.
It was sent to my house in Melbourne. I got mum to send it to your place here.
Yeah.
That was what was in the box yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Well, there was a bunch of stuff. But
Yeah.
it's very good. You're right. It's Darth Vader on your nuts.
Yeah, it's much. Is this yours? Okay, great. It's much
Yeah.
better than the 3.0.
I used it on my face earlier because I don't really have a good shave here, so I just clip on my face now.
Yeah.
People ask me at shows, Luke, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
People actually ask me this. And it's always dudes. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I guess why would a girl? But it's like, Guys, like, how do you always have the perfect amount of facial hair on your face? You're never clean shaven, but you never have a beard.
How is that possible, Luke?
The Lawnmower 4.0.
Great.
Manscaped.com.au. I would recommend. It's good. And obviously wash it if you're going to use it on your butthole.
At shows always ask me, how do you have the perfect amount of pubic hair?
Yeah, I do.
And I tell them Lawnmower 4.0, and I've used the code SOUNDOFF for 20% off and free shipping. Great deal, great product. Get on it. Support the brands that support the show, and enjoy the rest of the episode.
And long-time supporters of the show, Manscaped. So we appreciate that. Use code SOUNDOFF. No, you go to our custom link.
It's custom link. Manscaped.com/soundoff. The code does not work anymore. Repeat, emergency. Manscaped.com/soundoff. Jeez, the light's off and we fucked up the discount code.
Why
Please,
did my brains
someone
off?
on the fence, buy it now.
Yeah. I don't think you've listened to much music lately.
That's what it is. Everyone's painting their fucking nails now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Rappers are doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What's up with this new wave? Like, there's like a new LA wave of like 2000s is back. Like, Avril Lavigne's back
Yeah.
and pumping. Like, she's dating that mod son dude, Machine Gun Kelly. It's like,
Yeah.
anyway, what
Yeah.
were we talking about? The haircut.
The haircut, right? Best haircut I've ever had. He exfoliated me. He cleaned my ears.
That's too far.
That was a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I'm open to new experiences.
Did
It
you
was
get-
exciting. It
did
was
you get-
exotic.
Did he get in your nose?
No,
No?
I wouldn't let him do that.
He trimmed
No.
a lot of your beard as well.
He trimmed a lot of my beard. He trimmed a little bit too much of my beard. I will say that.
Oh, true. You got the full. Oh, that's why you got the face done. Oh yeah, your
did
face
everything.
was out of control.
Out of control. I looked Tasmanian as fuck. I looked like I just walked off that mountain. And I've been lost for months.
This actually, like, oh man, I know it's like such a cheap joke, but it's the
Yeah.
best way of saying it. You literally look like a prisoner of war. Like, I know I've made that joke before because you're skinny.
Yeah.
But you were like,
Yeah.
you look like unclean.
I was in a bad way
Yeah,
in Melbourne. I wasn't doing well. Do you remember this a couple episodes ago? It was when you were not there. Oh, this must have been when you were at the fucking football, I think.
No. This was in May.
Right, okay. The most recent Keelan and Lewis episode. Keelan said,
I was
reckon,
actually busy for that.
I reckon you're one thing away from snapping. And he was 100% right, because a couple weeks later, I signed a lease in Tasmania.
Yeah.
I was right because
I could tell.
He came that day and he hadn't done his hair. He
Yeah.
was on edge all day. I
Yeah.
just knew.
Yeah.
But everyone, like all my mates, whenever I tell, like I'm asking them, like I try and call them a lot, you know,
Yeah.
because I never know what to say though. And it's like when you were there in Melbourne, I was like, I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then and I can't wrap up the call. Like, dude, one time I was just like out at a restaurant,
Yeah.
and you called me. And I was like went outside so you couldn't hear like conversation and clinking and like people living their life, because I was like, oh, that's just gonna rub it in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was super self-conscious about it, and I was
Yeah.
like trying to pretend like I wasn't having fun.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, like you're not missing much. Like it's just like
Liar.
27 and sunny, and I'm in Mackay, and it's like there's like no restrictions,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
Now I'm going to have to start doing that in Tassie.
Oh, trust me, nah, this
It's 2 p.m. The sun's behind the mountain. It's getting cold.
it feels like Melbourne.
Yeah. Right.
It feels like Melbourne with no mask.
So I get the best haircut ever, which I may reveal at some point when I deem that you're ready for it, right? Brace yourselves, okay? Anyway, Greeley's in the shop, right? So we're there for like, I think my thing took like over an hour.
Yeah, it
maybe.
did.
Yours took over an hour.
Because I messaged
Yeah.
Keelan, like I tried to call you guys, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, let me know when you're done. And then Keelan's like, we're just getting a haircut. Then an hour later, I was like, hey, you done?
I was surprised
And
because,
Keelan's like, soon. Like,
yeah, Keelan was sitting there. Keelan finished up and I'm like, oh, I'll be done soon. And then 40 minutes later, I was finished. I think, you know why? I did a little sneaky. I booked it. And then I messaged their page on Instagram so they could see how many followers I had. I reckon I got the extra special treatment.
oh, because they hope you post about it.
And I will.
Okay.
And it's worked. Look at me now.
Yeah.
The Blades Barber, right? So anyway, Greeley's there, right?
Yeah.
Now, if anyone's known Greeley ever, you can listen to the podcast with Greeley. He has some stories.
Loves a chat.
And he will tell
But
all
they're
of
good
his
stories.
They're great stories, but he has some fucked stories. And he will tell them regardless of who's there and who else is around, no matter who's listening.
Yeah.
So
He is socially illiterate because he doesn't fucking read the room, like at all. He just he does. Oh, I think he does, and then he has this override switch where he's like, "Who cares?"
Look, he was talking to me and Keelan, and me and Keelan were enthralled. We were loving the stories.
Yeah, but there is a time and a place.
There were 4 other people in the barbershop who were terrified of the stories.
He tells stories that you tell at 2 a.m. over like a fire pit in the backyard, in the middle of the bush.
Yeah, and a lot of the stories like, yeah, look, we shouldn't have done this. Right. That's what it would be. Right. So he's telling stories about like bikie clubhouses and like hectic crime. Not that he's been involved with, just that stories that he's heard. Yeah. He's a guy that knows a lot of people who are very deep in a lot of different worlds, and he'll just tell stories about them. And there was this one like guy in high vis, like a 50-something-year-old dude that I could see in the mirror, but Greeley could not see. And the guy was just, his eyes were getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time Greeley told a new part of the story, he was going, should I get the fuck out of this barbershop? Who is this dangerous criminal? Is this place gonna get like ran through by 6 massive criminals? What's happening?
That's so
funny. It was really great.
Even some of the stuff we were talking about at the pub was like making the guys behind us just turn around. Like him and Meg are just like chatting about like some hectic shit, Meg, that happened here. Like, we were talking about the Tasmania's dark history and like a lot of bad things that have happened, like murders and stuff. And just the way like he was just so loudly and candidly chatting about it was making like grown 60-year-old men feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and he's saying stuff, like he's going, so like, places like this, Hobart, there's a lot of money here and they pretend that these crimes don't happen. But over here in this suburb, it just says the most fucked thing I've ever heard. And then it goes, and over there in that suburb, this happened to this person, my good mate, by the way.
Yeah.
And all these people are going, who the fuck is this dude?
Your mate, literally.
My mate, yeah.
And that's so funny that he came in and just watched you get a haircut.
Yeah, he was just there for a hang and a chat.
Here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's just excited. He's just really excited to welcome me to Tasmania.
He was so pumped. We found out the other day that our Airbnb is like 750 meters away. He's like, oh, mate, can I go coffee tomorrow morning? I was like, oh, we're going to do Luke and Lewis, but fuck, I'd love to. But yeah, you know what? Very welcome.
Really. Luke was at the footy.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking packed. The D's were on. But anyway, going to the footy next weekend.
That's cool.
Going to be excited.
Have you ever been to a grand final?
No, you never get a chance. Like it's set. It costs like $700 for 2 tickets, and we didn't get the most expensive ones, and we're up the top.
Wow.
Of the stadium. Yeah, because it's all corporate now. Like there's like 10,000 public tickets on sale out of like 60. It's kind of it's just a money making.
Oh yeah,
bullshit scam. But it'll be awesome.
You'll love it. No pause.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank God. No ones probably.
Better not be.
Better fucking not. I bet
and
good
right
money
up
for
the top,
those seats.
lots of stairs.
No hot rollers either.
Yeah, that's a shame.
No, it'll be awesome. I'm keen. I'm just excited. And then I'm going to have a break, by the way. So I think we're going to pre-record some. I know like
Luke needs a little bit of a holiday.
It's fallen at a fucking awful time for the show because we're finally back in the same place. Zoom's over. We will not be going back to Zoom.
Nope.
We're going to pre-record some, or we might have a week off. We're not sure.
Yeah, we'll work out. But whatever's going to be best for the show, we'll do because Luke does need a break.
Because when you get, I don't know, I've never hit a point of exhaustion this much in my life before. It's not like where you can just have a few days in bed. It's like
you need at least a week.
Different than physical. It's like I need to like get my mind back.
Yeah.
I need to like start exercising again. I need to feel good again. Like touring and eating pub food and traveling and setting alarms, waking up.
Yeah.
Airport food for like
the show. People think that touring is like exclusively awesome.
No, people think it's a fucking holiday.
The shows are always awesome. It's everything in between that can become a bit of a chore, like getting there.
Whitey in the Discord, right? A very good friend, Whitey.
Uncle
Whitey of the show. He described it in the best way possible.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what your life is? He's like, it's like that shit part of the holiday where you're like getting there and everyone's tired, you've woken up early.
Yeah.
And then but it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But it's that at a constant
most of the time
for 6 months. It's the worst part of, because that's the best way
that bit when you go, well, it'll be good is an hour.
Yeah, the show's
It's
good.
Not a week. It's an hour.
Yeah, and then you're like, as soon as you go back to the hotel, you're like, what time we got to be up in the morning? We go to the airport at 7. All right.
Yeah.
And then like you feel like you're letting people down every time. Oh, you're coming out for beers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I got to drive 7 hours tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's a Tuesday,
Mm.
so too. I'll come for a bit, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like it's exhausting.
Yes.
And I did start off pretty strong. Like Darwin went out with everyone after the show.
Yeah.
You know, like Bunbury, Perth, like Patreon. I was doing Patreon meetups everywhere. By the end, I hit a fucking wall.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, this is so much fun. And by the end, it was like people would, whenever, I was complaining a bit the last couple of weeks about like dumb heckles. And I'm pretty sure I said Brisbane is the least funniest place in Australia. I stand by that.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Hobart is coming
Coming up.
up, really coming strong. I'm doing one more.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with Hobart, when the sun goes behind the mountain, people get a bit tired. So.
Yeah. They turn into wolves.
I've heard that. Yeah.
The first thing I walked onto stage in Hobart, the clapping died down, and I was like, how are we going, blah, blah, blah. Guy in the front row, you wearing socks? Where's your socks? And I was like, oh, they're ankle socks. He's like, right. And right away, I had to be like, hey, I hadn't said anything. Like, what am I supposed to do? I was just
I can
like,
see your ankles. What are you, gay?
yeah, literally. It was like that energy. And then he was just like, oh, I'm a tradie, and like, you watch shop with your socks. And then
Yeah.
I just had to be like, man, did you really think that would like be a good contribution to the show?
Yeah.
Like, how did he think that interaction was going to go? I don't think he did think.
If that guy hates seeing ankles, he should join the Taliban.
Yeah. They got a whole country now. So yeah, that's all. I got sad.
I thought it was pretty
Just
funny.
us stewing over the harsh realities of the world
Yeah, that's
that are
right.
happening at the moment as we complain about Tasmania.
Oh, boo.
Oh, we're under lockdown. Our lives.
It's boring traveling to my awesome job.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Literally, I'm
You know what?
I've been in 5 places.
Fucking 70% of the country's in lockdown.
I
You're like,
know.
you know what I hate? Traveling. Traveling sucks. Going to the Gold Coast is boring.
It's because
Fuck you.
I know, and this is why I haven't said anything for months, and it's just built up. And you know what? I'm not complaining. I just need to be in one place
Yeah.
doing nothing for a week, and I haven't done that. Not here.
Oh, come on, dude.
I want to see sun at 5 p.m. And I think that's
Just go to the other side of the mountain. It's over there. That's where it goes.
it's fucking. I went to the top of the mountain the other day. It was fucking cold.
Yeah.
Because you know why? It's on the top of a mountain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's chilly, and then it started raining.
Yeah.
And I got rained on.
Dude.
Oh. So anyway, I'm gonna go have a week off.
Yeah.
I'm going to WA. I'm gonna go to like South WA, like no even near the city.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm
Good.
gonna do gigs.
No
I know if I
gigs.
stay there, I'm gonna be like, all right. I'll
If
do a
anyone
spot.
sees Luke Kidgel at a gig, tell him to go home. Hey, get out of here. Put on some real socks.
I'm fucked. I haven't even done anything today. Like I'm so tired.
You should go for a fucking head job down at the Blades.
Oh, yeah, right. Was that good?
I'm not sure anymore, to be honest. I'm out of practice.
I'm so fucking delirious. It's
Yeah.
funny because I'm hitting a breaking point. This is what I was trying to explain at the start.
Yeah.
Lewis and I are at polar opposite ends.
Yeah.
Where Lewis was having a breakdown while I was thriving.
Yeah.
And now Lewis is like out of lockdown. He's smashing out content. Your
Yeah.
YouTube channel's pumping.
Yeah.
You're about to go do shows. And I am at the fucking end. Like I'm done my tour. I've got 2
Yeah.
more shows. Launceston, Hobart, please come. It's Friday and next Tuesday.
Well, that sounds like you're excited to do those.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nice bloke.
Lewis will be there. He's going to bring up the energy, and I'm going to come on and
I'll be
finish
there.
it off.
Yeah, and also I'm going to be in Gold Coast and Brisbane as well on Friday, and then on Saturday I'm going to do a show in Brisbane as well. loosespears.com to get your tickets if you want them.
Buy a ticket.
I think that's where we should end it.
Just fucking come.
Just come, guys, and we'll get it over with.
No, it's been fun.
Yeah.
I think I did. I
been
lost
heaps,
count. I
is
think I
what
did
it's been.
75 shows this year.
Fucking ridiculous.
Too many.
I reckon out of literally all creative industries, you would have the most stage time in the country.
Yeah.
Just because however the fuck you miraculously booked the dates in your tour was just
we
whenever
rescheduled a
COVID
lot.
was off.
We we moved. It was a pain to pull off. That's the thing. COVID was actually the real killer. I think I could do that big of a tour next year fine if every day I didn't have to wake up and browse 4 government websites and then completely change in my plans.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times a day, like people don't think about that. It's like, oh, why aren't you coming here? I'm like, oh, because and you can't explain why.
Well, it's not because it's not even the rules in that state. It's like
people like
the rules in the state.
Why
that
did you
you're
change
in.
Adelaide? I'm like, oh, because then I can't get into Queensland.
Yeah.
And then my whole 14-day tour is booked. They're like, oh, so you're judging Queensland over us? It's like, yes. Well, I'm doing 20.
Absolutely.
I'm doing 20 shows there. I'm
100%.
doing
Yes,
one
correct.
show there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
it's math. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. And then like people are just like, wait, so why can't you? And you're like, dude, because I'd have to spend 4 hours. Do you know how hard it was to get from Adelaide to? I didn't tell you about my fuck day last week. This is why I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Of 3 hours sleep, I got up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So finished the show in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Great. Sold out. Loved it. 370 or 80 people. So a long meet and greet. Right. An hour and a half of meet and greet. And by the way, I've already done one show the night before. Yeah. So I'm already like kind of, hitting a wall. Yeah. And then wake up at 4 a.m. To leave. We have to be at the airport by 5 or something. We get to the bottom of the thing. The accommodation loses Meg's medication that is in their fridge. Our Uber that I've booked the night before because I'm like, I might not be able to get an Uber. Oh, at 5 a.m. Our lights
that's battery
gone.
power just would have died. You know what? Actually, I think the lights just gone behind the mountain.
We'll just finish it, guys. This is after 2 p.m. in Hobart. You get to see what we see.
Nah, the lights behind the mountain, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, we should in case it's like for clips. Devlin will get so angry.
Devlin will get very upset.
If we say something funny now and he wants to make a TikTok, he'll be like, "Oh, it was funny, but I couldn't see it."
Yeah, we'll just go. Don't worry, Dev. The lights behind the mountain. That's how it works.
Behind the mountain. Should we wait?
Just keep going.
Anyway.
Don't say anything funny.
Okay, I won't say anything funny.
All right, great.
Good. So if you stop me if I'm going to say anything funny.
Yep. Okay. That's all right. I'm sure it won't happen.
Now I'm going to be so offended if you just let me do the whole story.
Yeah.
So it's 5. It's not really a funny story. It's just fucked. So 5 a.m.
Well, at this point in the story, it sounds like Meg's going to die.
Yes,
so it doesn't
literally.
sound very funny.
So and she's not supposed to even catch one flight. Really, planes aren't good for her heart.
Yeah.
But we're already booked in for a stopover flight that day.
Lost her heart medication.
Lost her heart medication with 2 flights booked in.
Yeah.
So with 8 hours of travel and a show that night booked in.
Sweet. Great.
And we can't find it. The Uber gets so frustrated. He's like going, man, I got to go. Like I'm like, dude, I'm so
hang
sorry.
on. Frustrated Uber driver. This is getting
It's
a bit funny.
nearing amusement.
Okay.
Keelan, get that light on.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a new light. You got to take the battery off from the back. Lift up.
I tried. Just keep going.
Did you just break the light?
Fuck.
So he's getting fucking annoyed at this point. He's angry.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, dude, can you wait 5 more minutes? I'm so sorry. Like, she'll be out in a sec. Because I'm calling Meg. I'm like, if you don't find this medication, like, by the way, the combination wouldn't let me come in to look. I wasn't allowed to go in because it was before hours, whatever. I had to wait outside with the Uber driver, awkwardly standing there for 20 minutes after the time I knew I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
And then he eventually cancels it. I cop a $21 cancellation fee.
It's a phone light.
The phone line.
All right, that's fine.
Get Lewis to do it.
All right.
We're back and it's not fixed.
Yeah. Hopefully the sun will rise over the mountain at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
So where was I? I got a $21 Uber cancellation fee because I'd booked it. So it was an extra one.
Aren't you paying him to stay there anyway?
That's what I paid him for, I guess, the cancellation inconvenience.
No, but when they wait, don't they get money?
Maybe that's why it was $21. Maybe it was $10 plus
the
11. I don't know.
Maybe they get less money to wait.
Anyway, I was furious.
Yeah.
Then Meg finally comes out and she goes, they've lost my medication. That's $150 down the drain. Fuck this. But we're going to miss our flight, so we have to go book an Uber.
Yeah.
The guy's driven off. I book another Uber. He fucking drives back. There's no one else around. And he's so shitty. Like, the guy was so angry.
Like, they're not going to fucking get in the car.
And then he came back and I'm like, I'm so sorry, dude. And he was like, oh, like, are we going this time? Like, he was really rude about it.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess. Because I'd booked it as well, so I think he got up early. He was like, "Oh, start the day with a book trip to the airport."
True. You fucked his whole day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, anyway, we get to the airport. We make it by, I'm not joking, a minute.
Awesome.
Like the lady goes like, you've made it in a minute. You're really lucky here that we're processing your bags. We're like, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
We then get on. It's a nightmare. Because of it's hard to explain, but we had a Qantas flight and a Jetstar flight, and Jetstar do not honor Qantas's baggage allowance. So you have 23 kilos, for example.
Right. Yeah.
But because we're traveling with like 4 or 5 bags, it gets really complicated.
Yeah.
Turns out we've had to underpack. So we've already had to ship stuff to here the day before, our personal belonging. It's like dirty clothes in a box we've shipped. And again, guys, it's a fucking holiday touring. We've shipped dirty clothes to your house that still haven't fucking arrived yet.
Oh, so there's more shit coming.
Yeah, they're just lost.
Well, I'm leaving tomorrow, so they're going to be on the street.
Yeah.
Someone's going to go through.
I know that. I realize that.
We got a package the other day, almost delivered, but we need to go to the post office.
That's probably that.
That might be it.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go.
No one has to be me because it's in my name. And you know what?
That's fine.
I might make it.
Yeah, I'll fuck it.
Footy might be on. Who knows?
Yeah, that's annoying. I shouldn't have told you that.
Now I get one free. Fuck you, man. I'm busy.
You've done a few. I feel like there's been a couple.
Maybe
there's been a couple of haircuts that could have been rescheduled. There's often my hands are tired. 3 p.m. I was
getting exfoliated.
I got to get a fade, bro.
Yeah.
So we get to the airport. That's a nightmare. We're traveling through the things with like 2 laptops in my bag. I'm traveling through with a PlayStation. I got to take my console out. It's a fucking nightmare going through an airport every time. Get on the flight. That's fine.
Traveling with a PlayStation. Boo.
But there's no.
How terrible. It's
a PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay. Yuck.
Yuck. Ew, I'm poor.
Yeah. Disgusting.
I should go to JB Hi-Fi.
You're lucky you're not a 1.
Yeah. There's no direct flights to Launceston from Adelaide, so we're flying back to Brisbane, which is like completely out of the way. If you know where people in Australia are like, that's fucked. That's not direct.
Yeah, that's the other thing about flying during COVID. It's fucked.
It's so fucked.
Like if I wanted to get a morning flight from Tassie, I would have to drive to fucking Launceston.
Yeah, it's the other side of the state.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I get to Brisbane. It's a 3-hour stopover. We get to Brisbane, and one of the suitcases, Qantas have just fucked the wheel. The wheel's off.
Great.
So now I've got
stuff.
A fuck suitcase that I'm wheeling through the airport. I'm already furious. We then have to go file a damaged baggage claim at the service desk.
Yeah.
And I'm already fucked. Oh, this is 3 hours
Have
sleep.
you noticed I haven't had to stop you at all yet? This just sounds shithouse.
It is.
It's not very funny.
No,
it just sounds awful.
But it's fucked. And then I'm going to continue it.
Yeah.
Then we didn't even know at this point if we could get into Tasmania because we forgot to fill out our border pass because we'd done our Queensland border pass to get into the transit in the airport.
Yeah.
We then eventually get to Tassie on the second flight.
Yeah.
This is 9 hours since we left the hotel. I'm skipping past 9 hours of bullshit.
Yeah.
Then, and this is airport food, horrific. I've paid at this point probably
whole day in the airport.
$45 for like 2 muffins and like a focaccia.
Yeah, guys, tickets are $100 each next year.
Yeah. Then get to the airport. It's 45 minutes to be processed.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, so easy to get in here. The least intense security process during COVID I've experienced all tour. They was like, "Do you have COVID?" And I was like, "Nah." And they were like, "All right, enjoy your time." Like they're literally like, "Do you have symptoms?" No. And a temperature check. That's it.
Yeah.
I guess the temperature one. That's a good that they're doing that.
Yeah.
But it's like
depends where the sun is.
True. Because everyone will be cold. It was before 2 p.m. though.
Okay,
no, it was
good.
after.
Yeah, as long as they're doing temperatures before 2 p.m.
It was after, so it's bullshit.
Sun's behind the mountain.
Then we have an hour. Then booking a hire car takes 45 minutes because of course it does.
Yeah.
We have an hour to get to the venue. I'm still doing a show this night.
Yeah.
Right? We get to the venue. There's no sound tech.
Right.
Lucky Uncle Whitey is there. Yeah. He saves the day. He ends up doing the whole sound tech.
Yeah.
There was no bar stuff. It was fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, then it gets to that night. I'm so fucking exhausted. Then the next day we have to get up and then drive to Hobart. And then everyone goes like, "Man, enjoy your time in Tassie while you're here."
Yeah.
Will I?
Yeah, man.
I slept for 14 hours a couple of days ago straight. And I've still fucked.
Yeah. You need to go to Perth. Regional Perth. Regional WA.
I need to leave and just sit on a beach and rethink everything.
Put your phone in the sea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, we never really concluded my game confession.
Yeah.
The reason why I was so self-conscious, you called me for that, do you know?
Yeah.
And I was at the ground and it was about like 27 minutes into the quarter, and I was so concerned that the siren was going to blow in the background, and you'd be like, what the fuck was that? And I knew Keelan would have known, like, wait, it's the Queen's birthday game. That's a big game. It's Melbourne versus Collingwood. Luke's in Sydney.
You're a dog.
I knew that Keelan probably would have tweaked. I knew you wouldn't have. I would have been like, oh, it was a boat. And you would have been like, cool. He's in Sydney. They have a boat.
Must be at the harbour.
Yeah, and then I was
But
like,
then I would have been like, why the fuck are you at the harbour?
but I felt so bad about it. And because, like, again, I don't know why I was, you know, when your two worlds collide?
Yeah.
Like, because I saw Hamish, I was like, oh no, like,
Yeah.
comedy world has collided with what I'm doing personally.
Yeah.
And I just, for some reason, was like, it's going to get back to him.
Yeah.
And then I was going
You've
to tell
just
you the next
confessed.
week,
Yeah.
but then you guys were like, there was like a reason why I didn't. And you guys were like, oh, like, man, last week was so fucked, like, trying to get that episode. Keelan had troubles with it. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, you really ruined Keelan's week doing that. Any response, Keelan?
Pretty lit.
It's, you know,
I like that sort of behavior.
All right, well, that's your problem.
No.
Even though it was like, we went out of our way to rock up to the studio at a different time. We get there and then all of a sudden you can't do the episode. So we were like scrambling all afternoon to find
That's
something.
right. It was a surprise, too.
It
you
was-
know, you want to know the real reason? It's kind of boring. It sounds funny that I've just ditched the game. Like, that was a crumb move.
Yeah.
But it was
That's a
because
lit
we
move.
were
I think
staying
it's
with
cool.
Meg's, like, uncle or family friend, and he had one day off because he had a really busy job and it was a public holiday because
Yeah.
it was Queen's birthday.
Yeah.
And all week he was like, oh man, I never have anyone to go to AFL with. No one likes it here. You go for Melbourne.
Yeah.
And we'd been talking about it all week. And you have been like, oh, can we do an episode on Monday? And I was like, I don't know, man. I have to let you know because I didn't know what time the footy was and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I've promised it. And we're staying in his house for free. And I have to get to know like Meg's family because I've never met them before. And I would have been the guy that bailed.
Sorry, I've got a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry, I've got to do sillies with
I'm
my
gonna tell
friends
dick jokes for an hour.
instead
Fuck
of
you.
spending my time with
Yeah.
girlfriend's family. And I was real in a hard place. And I decided to dog you two.
Dog the boys.
Dog the boys instead of the girlfriend's family.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it.
That's
at all.
right.
Don't
But
feel
there,
bad.
but there will be
Yeah.
retribution.
That's fair.
One day you'll get here. You'll be, and I'm
Where's
going to pick
Lewis?
the most inconvenient
You're
time.
like, oh, he's at a comic book store, and I'll be like, I respect that.
Hey, no, Lewis did get his retribution by just not responding to our messages.
Oh yeah,
3 days.
between
Okay,
the
so-
North Borders episode, he
I think you
fucking
guys are
left.
even.
He left, and Mike's messaged me going, "Where'd Lewis go?" And I go, "I have no fucking
had
idea."
Had a bit of a fucking
An act-
lockdown Melbourne moment.
Actually, like a breakdown.
Stormed out of the house and didn't come home for 6 hours.
Yeah, and
I
I'm-
walked and then I walked and then I walked and then I was at the ocean.
I
And
had
I was
to
like,
call-
maybe I should keep walking.
Yeah, I had to call Jazz to make sure you
We were calling
okay.
Jazz, going like, "Hey, is Lewis's phone on?" Like, it's ringing, but he's
Left
not
the phone at
replying.
home.
And then
Yeah.
we you know we did. Did it ever get uploaded to Patreon?
Yeah.
There was like 10 minutes of me, you, and Mike just like chatting,
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
for you to come back.
Talking about Red Bruce.
And then after that, we
Yeah.
just kind of it was like, maybe he's not coming back.
So then we did the Patreon episode
Yeah.
where
gotta-
40 minutes of trying to work out if Lewis is coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then me and Keelan did an episode.
That goes back to Keelan going, I reckon you're one thing away from losing it.
Yeah.
And that one thing was I had some internet trouble.
His internet just cut out. You know what it
Yeah,
was?
my
It
Wi-Fi
didn't even
cut
cut out.
out.
His Zoom was just lagging. And he was like, fuck
Fuck it,
this.
I'm going to the ocean.
It was fuck. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are out.
I'm doing so much better.
That's good.
I'm loving it. It's great. And we're in the Tassie era of the show. And you know what? Stay tuned for next episode. I'm going to reveal the best haircut of all time.
Oh, you're not going to reveal it?
No way.
What?
I don't think they're ready for it.
That's good. Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We need the viewers.
Yeah, yeah. See you next episode when the sun's back over the mountain.
We will only reveal the hair in full Tasmanian sunlight.
Yeah, before 2 p.m. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Grab tickets to our shows, loosebeers.com. I'm going to be in Gold Coast Thursday, Brisbane Friday, and Brisbane Saturday as well. Get your tickets now. Luke, where are you?
Launceston and Hobart. Final
Sound more
shows of the
excited.
tour. I'm excited for it to be done.
Bye.